There we go. Welcome to another episode of Minneapolis by Night. We have Mr. Ransdale and Myrcella preparing to have a lovely little conversation about many things. And Myrcella is up at her old house, which is now a front, and she's sent Mr. Ransdale her location, and he has got the rest of her contact information, so she'll basically wait for him to arrive.
Mr. Ransdale will pull up to the gate.
She will obviously unlock said gate from in there. She's expecting you, so she's watching.
Cool. He'll drive up. He'll park in the garage as he was instructed. And then if there's a button, he'll close the garage. And he will go into the estate.
All right. A lot of the furniture is gone, as she's obviously in the process of getting things out of here. But there's still a couch, and she'll let you in and motion to the couch. Well, Mr. Ransdale, I apologize that I haven't been able to get back to you sooner. In regards to the Sven issue you had made mention of when last we spoke, but my people are slow on getting back to me, or it's unimportant to them. I'm not sure which, so I apologize.
Mr. Ransdale shrugs. I have a strong suspicion that it's likely that Sven is dead, so...
That is probably very likely. I mean, if no one's heard from him in this long.
Well, I am privy to information about that, but I'm sure you don't care as you're not a Cambrian member.
Well, I mean, I might not be part of the Camarilla, but sometimes you guys' drama affects everybody, just like, well, my drama could eventually affect somebody, for example, or Sabat drama. It all comes full circle in the long end. If we're all in the same city, it eventually will affect everybody.
Well, as Sven is no longer prince, that won't be an issue. The former Toreador Primogen has attained the seat of prince now, and Lucinde has gone on to continue her justicarial duties.
That's what I understand. I've been out of the loop for a few days. I've been on vacation.
Jade was recovered.
Jade was recovered?
Yes, she is gone now.
Oh, well, that's good. What about the fake Jade?
I do not believe that individual has been found.
I can't seem to find much on my end, and that's actively... I've been looking for the fake.
Yes, I need something that the fake Jade possessed, and then I should be able to ascertain her whereabouts.
Something that she possessed.
Yes, item of clothing, pieces of hair, blood, anything, and I should be able to gain where her position is.
Okay, so just out of curiosity, did anyone bother to check wherever the real Jade was found? It stands to reason that the fake Jade had to be the one to stash her wherever, and had to be present at some point wherever.
I heard everything secondhand.
Oh.
So I do not know the exact details. However, I understand that Jade was found. There was a fight with some creature, likely infernal in nature, and Jade has likely had her blood tainted. However, she's gone, so I cannot assist her in fixing this process. I intend to go where they fought, and I will be able to get more information from the situation.
Maybe I can help. Because like I said,
Possible.
I've been looking for the fake, so.
I do not know what rituals you possess or their nature, so I'm not sure if you will be helpful. But I know that at the very least, thaumaturgy is working improperly at the moment.
Really, my abilities aren't working as they should either.
The mages did a large ritual that caused a shockwave through the city, and there is ambient magical energy in the air, and I believe that is what's causing this disturbance.
Well, that might explain it then. Like I said, I've been gone, so I knew nothing about this. Is this, well, not nothing, I should say. The mages. Miriam, one of the mages, had made mention of something going on at that power plant. They wanted
Yes,
help
they
with
did.
something with that, and I know I had spoken to Lucinda, or rather Jonas, on the matter.
Yes, we held up our part. Everything was covered. But there was a residual effect from what they've done. I have also spoken to Miriam, and she assured me she would speak to her people about managing this effect. She suggested that embracing might drain more ambient energy into whatever gets embraced. However, I don't know what the side
Hmm.
effects of that would be, so I do not think it's a wise decision.
No. No, that doesn't sound like a wise decision. Then
So,
I've also heard rumors, something about dreams.
yes, all of the kindred of the city seem to possess dreams. There are a few kindred who possess, or most of the kindred of the city possess the same dream. Few kindred have been given glimpses that are different than others.
Well, here's an interesting idea. What if I said kindred weren't the only ones having these dreams?
Interesting.
Uh, I actually, the only reason I bring it up is because a mortal I have contact with brought up the fact that they were having the dreams, and it just so happened to be identical to the one that I had.
Ah, well,
And
we
he
need to get
was
this shut down as quickly as possible, lest they start talking about it too freely.
the mortal in question won't speak about it freely.
Yes, but if this one had it, then others could have, and then at some point someone will
Um,
talk about it.
I call him mortal loosely when I say this because
He's your ghoul.
he's part of my family. No, he's not a ghoul.
Mm,
He is one of mine though.
I understand.
And he's very adept at many things, and it does not and very perceptive, so it doesn't surprise me that he had this. But like, I don't know, my dream entailed black and a black wolf and ram
Yes.
with a heart on the coat, which I know is a, if it's implying what I think it is, Wolf Ram and Hart, which is a law firm.
Yes, I'm aware.
Uh, and the weirdest part about it, toys and games. What? Like, dreaming about games and toys.
Yes. I assume that it pertains to something that their magical energy brought here.
Well, the name of a toy company pops to mind directly in the dream from it, though I've never actually used it or like never heard. Uh,
I am also
Now,
unaware of any toy factory within the city that is called that. However, we should be looking and spending our mortal sway into looking for any that are trying to establish themselves in the city.
Correct. Now, I've been looking into one of my missing family members, and for some reason, this name popped up in that investigation, and the same initials are popping up in my dream, the initials TR. And it's the only name I can put to it is name of Thomas Roderick, who apparently was one of my cousin's business partners, but I can't seem to locate him for love nor money. Now,
I will try to attempt to assist you. Obviously, if you have any personal effects of that family member, that would help. But my name is also Thomas Ransdale.
yeah, there's initials there, but these initials keep popping up, and I think it's in regards to him.
Well,
Be
like I
wrong.
said, if he disappeared from here, then or from a family establishment here, and there are any effects of his, uh, once the uh, once the effects of the ambient energy are dispersed, I do have the ability to find people based on their personal effects.
Well, I might be able to find something of this Thomas Roderick's, and finding something of my missing family member isn't really much of an issue. I just find it, I mean, I'm sure they'd rather me just keep looking for my cousin, my end of thing, my family would, but I'm really curious about this Thomas Roderick. Like I said, he's got affiliations in multiple businesses, and yet he can't be located.
I will also look
So
into the Thomas Roderick individual.
I might be able to pull something from my cousin's construction business's offices in regards to him.
I also have the Lasombra's computer, and so there may be hints to him in that as well.
The Lasombra's computer.
Yes, there was a Lasombra that was masquerading as a Ventru. I have his computer, so I may be able to dig into any Thomas Roderick and associations that they had.
Ah, that that should be helpful. I I needed to know. Like I said, I've been out of the loop. Is there anything else of interest going on in the city? Like any word on this supposed hunter?
No.
Okay, so nothing. Nothing. Okay.
But I have also noticed that Kindred in the city, as a side effect from the wave, have figured out that they have acquired disciplines that were previously unknown to them.
That explains a few things.
I'll be speaking with the prince. Not that this matters to you, but anyone who has disciplines that would be considered of a sabbat nature that would get them in trouble with the domain should be given leniency due to the fact that they did not ask for these powers. Of course, after they've been vetted to make sure that they're not associating with the sabbat, they are merely have just gained the power through this inconvenience.
Right, right. Well, that seems fair. I mean, it's hardly fair to punish somebody for something they have no control over,
Yes.
especially if they have no affiliations with the Sabbat. She even just kind of cringes slightly. Like, ugh.
I am the elder Tremere in the city, in control of my clan.
Oh,
So
so you're their primogen now?
Currently, yes, I am the Primogen. However, I would prefer. I have a second who I wish to speak in the Primogen spot, as I am currently too busy to wish to debate with my peers.
Understood. Understood. Well, congratulations on that at least. And you can speak for them if need be, but at least you got a second here.
Yes.
It leaves you better able to continue all of your work, as it were, in the city.
Always fires to put out.
There's always something going on. I've learned this over the time. There's never any rest.
No.
Whether you can see it, hear it, feel it, or not, something's always going on.
Yes,
Now,
I hope to alleviate some of that stress.
I'm trying to help, though the hunter situation is what really concerns me as it affects everyone.
Yes, I understand.
Anyone can be a victim, and if I understand correctly, it is a shifter, which makes it doubly dangerous.
Well, we should always really assume that the shifters are going to attempt to destroy us, as that is their modus operandi. They all
That's
hate us.
generally, yes. Uh, no. I've actively been, like I said, looking for the hunter, and things have just been quiet, and that's kind of nerve-wracking. I have a feeling we're going to wind up with a body count racking up here, or rather lack of body count. Just missing persons.
Hmm. Well, if I can ascertain clues, I will let you know so you can continue your search.
Anything that we can find, like I said, this doesn't just affect me. I know that I'd rather not be offed by a guru or another shifter.
Mr. Ransdale shrugs.
It was
I also know that there has been several new kindred come to the city.
interesting.
So I'm not sure why the secrecy this time, but you may want to make yourself more available soon so you can establish those contacts.
Very well, very well. I well, you have my contact information, and I know that a few of the others of the Camarilla do as well, but you're right, I don't know as many people as I should, and who knows, they may just know something in regards to these things that I don't. That may be helpful to my investigation.
Yes, I would say that you've generally been fairly insular with regards to your activity in the city. I haven't seen or heard much from you.
Well, I've tried not to mess around too much in your politics, as it were. However, like I said, this particular incident or situation affects all of us, so I don't have much of a choice but to stick my nose in it. And it seems
Mr.
that
Ransdale nods.
a lot of the things I'm looking into, I'm not going to be able to. You guys might know things on it too. Like I said, this Thomas Roderick person that you guys might know about, that might be helpful. Hunter, you guys might know something about. I'll drop any information to you guys that I can in regards to helping with things too, but I unfortunately don't have all that much either.
I'm very good at gaining information, so I will attempt to help you with your issues.
Now I will give you a little bit of insight on this Roderick person that I was able to get through some means of my own. Uh, the name goes back a long, long ways, like 1,000 years, give or take. There's he seems to be involved with businesses in countries that have issues, like big turmoil. Uh, but his companies are never affected. Uh, he's got a company called, it sounds like, as far as I've looked into, Phoenix Rising. I don't know if that name is familiar to you, but the files on that were restricted, despite my friend's excellent hacking skills. Um, that's the most I have on him, other than I'm going to roll my intelligence to actually try to remember this, because I have the information on hand. It's just pushed in the back of my head.
That's cool.
No, she doesn't remember it. One negated the one success. And what's and here's another thing, with at least in regards to the hunter, was this Billy Graham fellow one of us?
Billy Graham. The only Billy Graham that I am aware of is a televangelist.
Yes, that's the one that died.
Yes.
My
I'm unaware of his status within Kindred Society.
I know someone who seems to think that he was taken out by this hunter, which is why I ask.
Interesting.
Correct. So perhaps that's worth looking into in itself in regards to the hunter.
Perhaps.
If you guys don't know, and he was in this city, he was clearly not one of yours if you don't know whether or not he's kindred. He's certainly not one of ours.
I am certainly new to the city, so a person with a deeper understanding of the city might be the person to talk to.
I'm not exactly new to this city, and I don't keep up on everything. But that is still a name that has yet to cross anything until now. And with all the newcomers to the city, it's really hard to keep track.
Understandable.
Well,
the other thing that I thought to bring up, if you know one of your clanmates that would be interested in an exchange of thaumaturgy and necromancy so that we both might broaden our horizons, let them have my contact information.
Very well. I'll do that. I know that I'm sure some of that would be much wanted. Quite frankly, I wouldn't mind exchanging that information myself.
Well, I am a master of thaumaturgy, so I could teach much. but I would obviously require someone else who is a master in their craft as well.
Correct. I suppose that all depends on what aspect of necromancy you are looking for, too.
I would prefer the path that allows you to physically go into the Shadowlands.
Okay, that will definitely help me in speaking with someone, is all.
So, if you happen to be seeking this path, it would be one that I would be willing to teach. I don't know if you know anything of thaumaturgy or what you're looking for, but I could direct my studies a certain way.
I know that there are many different things that you can do with that ability, as there is many things you can do with necromancy. Um, I'll ponder that one, and I will still look into someone able to help you in in the particular path you're looking for. That, unfortunately, isn't one that I have hands on.
This is fine. We are eternal creatures, so if it takes you time to learn it and pursue it, then that's acceptable. I have much thaumaturgy that I can learn with without having to deviate.
On an out of character note, what path is that specific?
It's Ash Path Necromancy.
Okay. That's what I thought.
I think it's level 4 or 5 is Ex Nihilo. It lets you step into the shell physically.
Oh man.
I'm sure you're rocking that sepulcher life.
I've actually got the bone path and sepulcher, but I'm working. I gotta kind of work on that one before I can work on anything else.
Yeah, that's cool. Very well, Miss Giovanni.
Any information that I can get for you, and I'll try my people again. Hopefully they're faster in getting back to me this time.
Of course.
Fortunately, sometimes they're a pain in my butt, too.
He will stand and offer.
Oh, she'll stand. And she'll shake his hand.
He definitely does not give you like a little dainty like lady shake and like a kiss the hand or anything. He just shakes your hand like, good firm shake, and
no, legit.
He turns to leave.
She'll escort you at least to the door and make sure you find your way to your car safely.
Yep.
So she can unlock the gate when you're leaving, etc.
Yep. He leaves without issue.
And she closes her door, and we call that scene. So thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching.